Brought to you by Express Care Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Welcome back to Healthy Living. Every year, millions of dollars are spent on anti-aging serums and lotions to prevent wrinkles and signs of aging. Over the years, your skin will change due to environmental factors such as what you eat, genetics, and other factors like sun exposure. Here to tell us more about skin and aging is Express Care's Dr. Jitka Lom. Thanks, Doc, again for coming in. So let's talk about what are the major causes of skin aging. I mentioned some of the environmental factors. I mean, as you get older, your face, your skin, everything's going to change.
It sure does. Well, you have the major effect of gravity, okay, pulling things down. But specifically for the skin, we age because of heredity, as you mentioned, sun exposure. That's a huge factor. Things like smoking in your environment or a very polluted environment. And then other sicknesses or illnesses that you may have inside may affect what's happening on the outside. So those sort of internal and external factors along with your heredity and the sun exposure.
How can you protect your skin? Obviously, I mean, with the sun, sunscreen, but what are the other things that you can do to protect your skin? Right,
so sun avoidance would be really important, along with your sunscreen, wearing a hat and just avoiding being outside when the sun is very hot, quitting smoking, staying very hydrated, and then avoiding other very harsh chemicals. Sometimes people are very aggressive with their skin and trying to do various treatments and so on, and it gets quite out of hand, and that can also contribute to aging.
Why is the face the most sensitive?
Well, you know, Mindy, it's the part of our skin that is most exposed. If you think about it, the rest of our body will get covered in one way or another most of the time, but our face almost never gets covered unless you're in Alaska with a parka on or something. But even our hands we might protect with gloves at times. But our face is really just out there all the time, 24/7, being exposed to the world. And the skin there is quite different from on the rest of the body. It constantly turns over at a much higher rate. And those are, and also there are a lot of muscles underneath the skin. Several hundred muscles under the facial skin. And that also makes it constantly be moving. And that can contribute to aging as well.
Now, how does hydration play a role in healthy skin? I remember when I was young, my mom always told me, drink lots of water. It's going to help your skin. You're going to glow. Things like that.
And she was right. You do. But it's true. We need water. 70% of our body composition is water. It's always amazing to think you're more liquid than you are solid. And you need water in order to help you with all the repair mechanisms that constantly go on. So it's amazing to think that let's say you have a little bit of sun damage just from a day at the beach, your body immediately goes in there and does a whole bunch of repair on the DNA level in your skin. And all those processes depend on enough water being there. So that's really the main reason why you need to hydrate for repair.
Just for the record, my mom was right. She almost always was. Now, does dry skin correlate to bad eating habits? You talked about smoking, sun exposure, but maybe what we're putting into our body, does that have an effect on the outside?
It sure does. Certainly it can, especially if you suffer from vitamin deficiencies, if you're not eating enough healthy fresh fruits and vegetables, for example. Your vitamin C level, A level, E, those ones are probably very, very important, including also vitamin D. Those are all important to our skin health, and if you're eating poorly, that will reflect itself, because we truly are what we eat. That is an amazing thing, you know, that whatever you eat will actually end up as part of you. So if you're looking at your highly processed Twinkie and wondering what that's going to look like, you probably have a good idea.
It's probably ending up on your thighs. How do you resolve eczema and psoriasis? Now, these are skin conditions.
Those are skin conditions. They're different from aging, and they're sort of quite different than skin aging. But again, even for those two diseases, moisturizing is the most important thing of all. We have medications for eczema and psoriasis, but our #1 medication is not a medication, it's moisturizer, to replenish water back into the skin and natural oils back into the skin.
And that leads into the next question. Are there certain soaps, body washes, lotions out there that dry your skin out? Are there certain ingredients that we should look for? I mean, there's a million different lotions on the market, but how do you know which ones are the ones that are actually going to restore that water and hydrate your system, and others that are real fruity, that may make you smell good, but might not actually do the trick.
True story. So when you look at moisturizers, for example, you can look at the fragrances as a major factor for problems, because all of that is chemical that your body has to deal with, and it can actually cause a lot of drying. Things with a lot of alcohol content, strong smells, or things that are sort of burning when you put it on your face, or stinging, those ones you really would like to avoid, because they're also very harsh and can dehydrate you. And if you're looking at a moisturizer, it goes from lotion, which is very light, to cream, which is thicker, to ointment, which is extremely greasy, something like Vaseline. Now that's usually not something you want to use on your face, but a cream would be better than a lotion for most people, unless you have very oily skin.
Okay. Botox and other procedures, are they effective and are they safe?
Yeah, Botox in particular is very effective and extremely safe. These are anti-aging procedures that can be done on skin that has already aged. So it already has wrinkles, it already has sun damage, and then we try to rejuvenate using different things like Botox or fillers or lasers, or even different medical chemical peels and so on, to help restore the skin. And what we're looking for is that nice, beautiful, fresh look that children have, because their top layer of skin is so thin and fine and has not yet been damaged by the sun or the environment.
Okay, is there any other things that you'd like to mention, any other things that people can do maybe to prevent wrinkles? I mean, I think we'd all love to be, you know, just wrinkle-free. And
yeah. Well, I would just mention about sunscreen and SPF. Most people don't apply enough. Many people will tell me there's sunscreen in my moisturizer. That's definitely not enough. That's just a little drop of sunscreen in your moisturizer. So you need to use sunscreens separately that have an SPF at least 30. And that will protect you from the UVB rays that cause aging. The UVA rays, which cause skin cancer, you have to look for a sunscreen that says broad spectrum. So you're looking for a sunscreen that says SPF over 30 and broad spectrum to protect you from both UVA and UVB.
Oh, that's good to know. I never knew that there was a difference.
Yes,
definitely good. All right, well, we have to take a quick time out, but we are taking our viewer questions when Healthy Living returns. Stay with us.